Well, welcome everybody to Los Angeles, California, Hollywood. To be more specific, I'm Chris Mannix, part of the DAZN broadcast team, and we're here today at the Avalon Theater for the kickoff press conference for the Cruiserweight Showdown between Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., all presented by Most Valuable Promotions. This event marks Jake Paul's first time back in the ring since his win against Mike Tyson this past year, an event that shattered records and became the most streamed sporting event ever, with 108 million live viewers globally. The headliner is, of course, the problem child, Jake El Gallo de Dorado Paul, 11-1 record, 7 wins, coming by knockout. He'll go up against the former middleweight champion of the world, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. You cannot question Jake Paul's impact on boxing. He has brought new eyeballs to the sport, he has championed fighter pay, and he has uplifted women's boxing. On June 28th, he continues his journey to becoming a world champion in what could be and should be his most challenging fight to date. Please welcome the disruptor, the pride of Puerto Rico, El Gallo de Dorado, the problem child, Jake Paul. Been an interesting few months. You've had some stops and starts since the win over Mike Tyson. We've heard a lot of different names associated with your next fight. You're back and you're stepping into the ring with a former middleweight world champion. Why was this the right fight for you?
I think this fight's been brewing for quite some time now. The fans have wanted to see this, and I want to continue to elevate and rise my opponents, and this is a former world champion. He has an amazing resume, following in his dad's footsteps and, coming short, of course. But this guy is a great fighter, and I want to test myself against the best in the world.
You heard Oscar say that the experience on this man's resume includes going 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. How important is it to you to do what Canelo on that night could not and stop Julio Cesar Chavez?
I'm going to shock the world once again and prove how good I am, how powerful I am. This is his toughest fight to date, and I'm going to embarrass him and make him quit like he always does. This is what I came here to do, is become world champion and to create one of the greatest sports stories the world has ever seen. Going from Disney Channel to YouTube to world champion in 6 to 7 years, that's the most relatable and best sports story that any kid can get behind, and that's what I'm here to do, is inspire the next generation and do what no one's ever done before in the world's hardest sport, which is boxing.
You faced some hostile environments in the past, the Nate Diaz fight being one of them, but this might be the most hostile you've walked into. Southern California, 2 Mexicans on the card. What do you think about fighting in this type of atmosphere?
Man, the Mexicans love me, bro. Like, I'm stepping into my home environment. They love me more than they love this guy. Mexico doesn't even claim him, so that's just the way it is, and I love my Mexican fans, and they've always been rocking with me since day one, and I'm going to show him who the real Mexican warrior is.
He's overrated. He's not fighting anybody in his life. He's fighting all Mike Tyson.
And I beat Anderson Silva, who whooped your ass.
Dile que...
Bullshit. I don't think I can translate that. It's going to be a good fight.
Put both the Chavezes in there. I'll whoop senior and junior. Julio.
Cuando él nació, yo ya era campeón, dile.
When you were born, I was already a champ.
There's 2 things you can't beat. There's 2 things you can't beat. Me and your drug addiction.
Well, Julio, you have had your struggles in recent years. How are you feeling coming into this fight? What is different about you coming into this fight that we haven't seen the last couple of years?
No, me siento muy bien, me siento renovado porque no me han pegado golpes en la cabeza como él. Estoy mucho más mejor que lo que él está ahorita.
I feel very good. I feel refreshed and renewed. I didn't get blows to the head, so I'm a lot better than he is.
What do you think you have to do to win on June 28th?
Prepararme al 100 y ser el mejor que puedo ser, porque sé que no está fácil, está fuerte, pero preparándome al 100%, sé que lo voy a ganar.
I need to prepare 100%. This is an interesting fight. It might not be easy, but I'm going to do the best I can to be the best person I am, but I think I'm going to take him.
Jake, I would imagine that's what you want to hear, right? That, whatever he's gone through in the past, that he's going to be on his very best on fight night.
Yeah, we'll see, and I think it can be short-lived, but that's not a champion's mindset to when you get a big fight, all of a sudden you start training hard. I train as hard as possible no matter who I'm fighting, and that just shows you the type of person he is.
We heard Julio heard Jake say that he's going to knock you out, he's going to make you quit. What do you think you can do to him on June 28th?
Mira, yo pienso que realmente nunca ha peleado con alguien como yo.
He's never fought anybody like me.
Por supuesto, Mike Tyson ya no era boxeador.
Of course, Mike Tyson wasn't even a fighter.
Entonces pienso que no puede saber lo que le espera porque nunca lo ha conocido.
He doesn't know what he's gonna see or what he can expect because he's never seen it.
En el boxeo se aprende paso a paso.
In boxing, you learn step by step.
Y le faltan varios.
He's missing out many.
All right, we're looking forward to that fight. Main event, June 28th, Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. As I mentioned, the co-main event is fantastic. Zurdo Ramirez has been on a meteoric rise in the cruiserweight division. 3 fights at cruiserweight. 2 of them have been world title fights. Now the unified champion in the 200-pound weight class. Zurdo, I'll ask you, you've been headlining for a while now. What was your reaction when this fight on this card was brought to you?
I mean, I'm just grateful to be here. And I mean, it's a great card. And I mean, it's a good show. But at the end of the day, I just want to keep my belt and do my title defense and move forward.
You're in the same weight class now as Jake Paul, both of you guys fighting at cruiserweight. What do you think of Jake as a fighter, and how would you feel about a showdown with Jake down the line?
I mean, he's been doing a great job, what he's doing. And I mean, he has a good challenge. And I mean, if he wants the belt, maybe one day, right? But right now, Zurdo Ramirez is the champion, and I don't know. He has to pass the test first.
We'll turn to you, you've been waiting patiently. You're 39 years old now. You've had 3 fights since 2020. Do you still feel like you're at your best?
Todos van a saber quién es el doctor del knockout con 39 años.
He says, yes, the paper might say I'm 39, but I feel like a young man. And I am absolutely very grateful for this opportunity. But, on June 28th, everybody will know that who is the KO doctor.
Yeah, you are the KO doctor. 25 knockouts in your 27 wins. We've seen Zurdo face some big guys in the cruiserweight division. But do you think he's faced anyone with your kind of power?
Ha peleado con buenos boxeadores, pero no ha peleado con un tipo tan pegador como yo.
Well, we're going to have to see on June 28th. Yeah, he's fought big guys, but he's never fought anybody like me.
And now we'll bring up the 2 men in the main event, which I think is going to be a terrific fight in the cruiserweight division. The former middleweight champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and the problem child, Jake Paul.
In the back, I couldn't